Cathy White's truth is going to be unveiled. And it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
Anything else?
Yeah. Show him the tape, Diddy. You got it.
This entire Cathy White situation just keeps coming up, and every time there's something new, while allegedly the BS have also found a few things that do not add up while looking into Diddy, and it's not looking good for Beyonce and Jay-Z. And guess what? Allegedly, there's even a film of her death, a freaking tape. Y'all, in addition, a conspiracy theory about Beyonce has gone viral online, suggesting that the song Daughter from her album Cowboy Carter is a confession to the unwell living of Cathy White. I told you. Just keeps coming. Okay guys, if there's one death people have really been trying to figure out, it's the one involving Cathy White. But if word on the street is anything to go by, there could actually be a breakthrough. And just like people have been suspecting 3 people could be heavily implicated: Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy.
What do you mean she's dead? You know, what happened to her? This is just a beautiful, young, seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman. I was told that she didn't have any health issues, you know, and it was very shocking to hear. And her colleague did not know what happened to her or how she died or why she died, but all she knew is that she was dead. So obviously when I heard this, it was very troublesome and disturbing to find out that this woman who possibly was going to give me an exclusive story on her affair with one of the most powerful rappers in the world, that's very disturbing, and it certainly is very convenient for Jay-Z, isn't it, that she died?
Yep, right there is Liz Crone, who was the reporter that was just about to get an exclusive with Corey before she died. Liz definitely believes that Jay-Z was involved in the death. And she's not alone. Jaguarwright was also recently on another one of her rants, and she directly called out Diddy, urging him to start snitching and talk about what he knows regarding Cathy White's death. She actually implied that there may have been a cover-up by Diddy to protect Jay-Z's marriage to Beyonce at the time, saying, "You and Jay-Z down in Vegas in town with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Cathy?" I mean, Diddy was in the vicinity when Jay was allegedly smashing Corey, and the rumor that Jay and Cathy were together was actually sparked after Corey and Claudia Jordan were spotted in Las Vegas town nightclub sitting at a table with Jay-Z and Diddy in 2010, and Bao was not present. Based on reports, they were there to see the Floyd Mayweather and Hanana Manuel Marquez boxing match, with sources revealing that just before they attended the C-City fight, Jay purchased a $2,500 pair of Louis Vuitton shoes with Cathy to wear that evening. Apparently, Jay also requested Corey bring a few friends to ride with them that evening, so that it would not look like they were a thing then. Based on what the tabloids said during their time in Vegas, Jay also took Corey gambling at the Baggio Casino, and once again he insisted that Corey bring a few friends to their table in an attempt to cover their public appearances. There were also reports at the time that Cathy was a close friend of Claudia Jordan, who was well known for being a home wrecker. Apparently, allegedly, just like Claudia, Cathy had openly admitted to only messing with super rich guys, and that unless a man had a net worth of at least $50 million, she wouldn't pay him any attention, which means that Jay was a perfect catch for her. Claudia has actually been roped into this conversation a few times, and in 2020 Crazy Days and Nights even wrote a blind item saying this A-list host slum model is also an actress. Our host has always stayed quiet about the death of her friend, but has become more convinced over the years that the permanent A+ list rapper had her friend unalive. It just seemed too convenient that he wanted her out of the picture, and shortly after he said that the friend ended up dead, the blind item later revealed the A-list host was Claudia Jordan, and the rapper was Jay-Z, and Claudia's friend was Cathy. Well, Claudia Jordan recently responded to people who had together and played craps in Vegas. "No, Jay-Z, she was never pregnant around me. I'm so sick of people telling the story." In addition, she also went live and pretty much said the same thing.
So it would not be rare or odd to see a Diddy, a Jay-Z, an Eve, this or that, Little Kim. They would be out there for that. We randomly ran into him. Now, the second time we saw him, he was definitely out there and he had a show. Okay, he had a concert. And he was not paying my friend no mind. Like, we were all there, and he was just, like, polite. And he was not flirting with no one. There was nothing going on. So I need y'all to stop with this false narrative. A blogger, Jackie Jasper of Hollywood Street King, put this story out in 2008 because he was fed it from my hating-ass ex that was trying to ruin my reputation. So he was taking any little things. "Oh, he was doing this. He was doing. She's jealous that he hit on her, not her." It's not true, y'all. And y'all running with one source, and then Jaguar gets on and brings back up, and y'all believe it. Now, I'm not saying that she don't say some real stuff. I don't know her like that. But when it comes to me, I was never Diddy's girl. And if you had an address, I would serve you. But you don't, okay? If you had an address, I would serve you. Can't serve the homeless. I saw him in Vegas at a party.
Well, I have also heard that Jay-Z paid her to say that they were never friends of Cathy, so I don't know if we can really trust anything that comes out of her mouth. Who, like I said, people have been suggesting that the song Daughter from Beyonce's album Cowboy Carter is allegedly a confession to the unaliving of Cathy White, and TikTokers reference the following lyrics from the song, claiming they hint at Cathy's death. Your body laid out on these filthy floors, your blood stains on my custom counter bathroom attendant. Let me write in, she was a big fan. I really tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress, and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. Goes on. In addition, people also said that Beyonce really meant that poem she was reciting from another one of her songs, Anger. And again, some people are saying that she was possibly referencing the people they had to take out, like Cathy.
If it's what you truly want, I can wear her skin over mine, her hair over mine, her hands as gloves, her teeth as confetti, her scalp a cap, her sternum my bedazzled king. We can pose for a photograph, all three of us, immortalized. You and your perfect girl.
But this conspiracy doesn't end there, guys. The conspiracy theory also alleges that Cathy White was pregnant with Beyonce's husband Jay-Z's child before her death. Then shortly after giving birth, she passed away under reportedly mysterious circumstances. It further alleges that Beyonce's first child with Blue Ivy is actually the illegitimate child of Cathy White and Jay-Z. In other words, it states that Beyonce allegedly unived Cathy, and now claims her daughter Blue Eye as her own. Now the part about Beyonce faking her pregnancy, we've heard that a lot, and people even presented receipts, for instance in this clip, that has been making rounds to prove that Ba was never pregnant with Blue. Beyonce is seen sitting down for her interview when she was pregnant with Blue, and her baby bump allegedly folds. Well, Ba did say later the fabric was what folded and called the rumors crazy. The people are still convinced that she faked the pregnancy. I don't know about Ba faking her pregnancy or allegedly stealing Cathy and Jay-Z's daughter and raising her as her own. But what I can tell you for a fact is that the situation that surrounded Cathy's death was a little bit sus. The thing is, Cathy was contacted by a major tabloid that was investigating the Jay-Z connection. She gave them a little information to go on. But according to one of the sources, following her conversation with the tabloid, she called Jay and told him that she was going to go public with their affair if he didn't pay her. Then Beyonce revealed she was expecting her first child with Jay-Z on August 28, 2011 at the MTV VMAs, and Cathy passed away 3 days later on September 1, 2011. Now the same reporter named Liz Crone who reached out to Cathy back and asked her about the photo evidence and debunked her initial claim that she had never met or hung out with Jay-Z. At this point, Cathy expressed to me that she would consider going public with her story. According to Liz, days later, she tried to reach Cathy at work with no luck, and she finally got a hold of one of her colleagues and asked her if she knew why Cathy had been MIA, and her colleagues shockingly told her she was no more. Liz also said that sources told her that Cathy had told Jay-Z she was considering going public with Star via her. After they talked, she said there were also online blogs that reported the same story, and she ran a small story on this that appeared in Star at the time. In addition, she said she wanted to pursue the story further, particularly investigate if she was indeed unalived. But she was discouraged from doing so, and her boss was not interested in running a follow-up piece. Also, allegedly, Jay-Z had law enforcement and even coroners in his back pocket, and sources said that there are corrupt coroners in New York City who will rule homicides as natural deaths for cash, and since Jay had plenty of cash, it really wasn't hard to put some of them in his pocket. It also doesn't help that according to an NYPD detective, Cathy's cause of death was uncertain, and the detective said that they had the autopsy and toxicology reports done to figure out what really happened to her. Here's what the detective said, quote, "A 911 call came in from an apartment on 130 West 19th Street in Manhattan. Ambulance came and took Cathy because she was sick. They took her to the Beth Israel Hospital. And that's where she died. It was too early to be speculating that an aneurysm unived her. They would be doing an autopsy later to check out her cause of death. But someone might have given Cathy a bad, so they'll do a toxicology test. And we'll have to wait 2 weeks for that report her across international borders." And the Fed said she wasn't the only one, there were many others. So yeah, the Feds have been looking into Jay-Z for years. And with Diddy case blowing up, they just may have a breakthrough on a lot of things, not just the Cathy case. I bet it's about to go downhill from here for Jay-Z. But meanwhile, let me know what you think about what has happened to Cathy White. Will Jay-Z finally face the law? Do you think Diddy was involved in the death? Was Beyonce involved as well? Sound off in the comments section below. And thanks for watching my video.